Hello, welcome back to Lady Love Stud Reads. My name is Jessica and this is my August Reset TBR-ish video. First thing to talk about in this video is books. I'm just going to be mood reading through August. The book clubs that I participate in have reads right now that either my library doesn't have easy access to or that I don't have on my bookshelf or are not on Kindle Unlimited. So I don't have access to the current months to my knowledge, so I won't share what they are. If I am able to get access to them, I will read them. One buddy read I might participate in is With the Lair, and they are reading The Hacienda by Isabel Cañas, and I do have this on my bookshelf, so that is one that I might get to. I'm actually going on a book buying and library ban this month, and I'm only going to be reading books that are on my own bookshelf, whether they're books I own on ebook and my Kindle or books that are on my physical bookshelf or through Kindle Unlimited. Since I actually pay the monthly fee to use Kindle Unlimited, I want to get my money's worth out of it. And the reason for this is because I have a goal that by the end of the year, I will have read 10% more of my owned physical TBR. And my percent has been hanging out at 28% read all year, because for every book I read off my shelves, I buy a new one. And so I'm going to try to make some headway on this month and only be reading from KU, which is Kindle Unlimited, or from my owned books. Library ban, with the exception of a couple projects that I'm working on, a library ban and a book buying ban, which is really hard because Book of the Month has a book that I want so badly. But I'm going to skip this month and just get it in the next month. So I'll get it in September and all will be well. It will be fine. Next, let's talk about readathons, reading challenges, read-alongs, that kind of thing. There's a readathon I'm going to participate in this month. The first one I've done in quite a while, and it is the Full Moon Readathon hosted by Jan Agaton. This lasts from August 1st to August 13th. And it's set up so that you follow certain prompts to collect certain characters. So there's like a vampire, a skeleton, a jack-o'-lantern, and a devil. And you do specific prompts and you can collect those characters. So I will be participating in that readathon. When you see this video, it will be well underway. And I'm excited because I haven't done a readathon in a long time. I haven't had the bandwidth to do it or the motivation. But I am excited for this one because the prompts are actually pretty easy to find books that will work for them, and you can double up on prompts. So it'll be a fun, easy, good time. Next, I want to go through a reset of basically my bullet journal and my monthly calendar, and basically planning out August. So I want to show you how I do that, see if it's interesting to you. If you like this, let me know down below and I can share it with you every month. So roll footage. Maggie's making her bed, so ignore the noise. But okay, so I've got my bullet journal, my little calendar listed here. This is my goals page, which I'm not going to fill out yet. And then I've got my hourly schedule here. So I basically put specific deadlines and events here. And then like the specific hourly schedule goes in this planner along with my digital Google Calendar. So I'm going to start by just plugging in all of my work deadlines first. Okay, so I've got work stuff plugged in here, the basic deadlines, events, etc. And this includes my full-time job and my pet sitting stuff. There's going to be more that comes up, as the month progresses, that I'll have to add to the calendar. But at least this way I've got like my basic foundation set for work. Next, I'm going to look at the professional organizations that I'm a part of, because there's meetings and trainings and stuff for them. So I'm going to do a little digging, see what's coming up in August for those organizations, and plug those into the calendar. Okay, I have stuff filled in for the professional organizations, meetings and whatnot. Next, I'm going to plug in all of the booktube events, live shows, readathons, and my upload schedule for the month of August. So that's the next step and the next layer I'm going to add to my calendar. Okay, so I have my schedule for uploads written down. I have the events like the full moon readathon listed in here for what's been announced so far. There's definitely going to be other things that just haven't been announced yet. So like the lair usually does like a movie watch along and live reading sprints, and like the other Patreons I'm on do reading sprints and stuff like that too. So once those things are announced, I will also plug those into my calendar. The next things that I'm going to put in here are personal things to take note of. So it'd be like when certain bills are due, people's birthdays, doctor's appointments, and then vet appointments for the critters. Like Maggie has to get groomed in August. I think Doll sees the farrier in August. So stuff like that. So those personal like tasks and events are going to be layered on next. All right, so I've got the personal stuff plugged in, like Maggie's getting groomed, yada yada. I keep my bills on a separate chart in a different bullet journal, which I'm not going to show you for privacy reasons. But one of the things I also put in is like the moon cycles, like new moon, quarter moon, or here's new moon, full moon, quarter moon, new moon, quarter moon, full moon. Mercury's going into retrograde. I make little notes of that. Got all my birthdays plugged in. Okay, and then the last and final layer that I add to my monthly calendar and due dates is community events. So I take a look at all of the things going on in my community, at public libraries, at the museums, different bars and music venues, festivals coming up, church events, fundraising events, that kind of thing. And I look at what I might want to attend out of those community events, and I put those into the calendar. And then everything that's in this calendar and this also gets transposed onto my digital Google Calendar. So I'm going to add in that final layer, and then I'll go over with you maybe some of the things that I might be vlogging or that might be interesting to y'all. If you liked that kind of tutorial of how I do things every month, please let me know down below and I can walk you through that again. But let's chat. I've got my calendar, my physical calendar here. Let's chat a little bit about some of the events that are going on in the month of August that you might see in vlogs. My local museum has a toy display this month, and it's like 80s and 90s toys. I might go see that display. My library is so cool. They have these like adventure passes, and you can get one free ticket to this museum every year, and I might use my free ticket this year to go see that exhibit. It sounds so cool. I might vlog it. Obviously, the full moon readathon is happening the first 2 weeks of August, so I'll be vlogging that. The first weekend in August is the Iowa Irish Fest, which happens close to me. For privacy purposes, I won't say exactly where in relation to me and where I live, but close enough to me and where I live. So I might go to the Irish Fest and see what that's about. They have like music, Highland games, Irish wolfhounds, language workshops, food vendors, clothing vendors. It looks like a great time. They do it every single year. I've been a couple of times, and we'll just see where I'm at with things. I may or may not have money for the tickets. It's kind of a tight financial month for me, which is another reason for the book buying ban. May or may not have the money for the ticket, may or may not have the time to actually go. Play it by ear, but it's a possibility. There's also a children's book festival at my local library on August 5th. I don't exactly know what that's about. I might look into going to that. If it is specifically for children, obviously I'll like pop in and then bounce. But if it's like a book festival where maybe there's authors there or something like that, I definitely want to be there for that. The second week of August is a powwow at the Meskwaki settlement here in Iowa. I might end up going to that, depending again on where my money and my schedule is looking like. My barn manager is a Native American. He's Comanche, and I might convince him to go with me to this. We will see if I can do that, if I can actually get him away from the barn for a day and check that out. I do have a couple days off work in August in between our summer and fall terms of courses. Don't really know what I'll be planning for those days or what I'll be filling the days with. Pieta Brown is going to be within driving distance. Pieta Brown is an indie folk singer, and I really like her music, so I might go see her show. I think it's a free show even, so that's exciting, and I want to check that out. And then there is a Pride Festival close to where I live at the end of August, because it's a university town, and so this particular community celebrates Pride when all of the students are back in town to start courses again. So I might go to that Pride event and have a great time. That pretty much wraps up some of the things that I might go to in my community and potentially vlog for you. No promises or guarantees. Again, it always just depends on where my money is, what my chronic illness symptoms are, and what my schedule will allow me to do. But those are definitely possibilities that you might see coming up in some future vlogs. Those are my plans, both reading and otherwise, for the month of August. What are some of your plans? Let me know down below. And if you just want to let me know that you're here, go ahead and leave me any kind of moon emoji for the full moon readathon. And until next time, make sure that you continue to read good books, drink good coffee, take care of yourselves and each other.